representing Atlantic City Fashion Week. What's good? Oh, we in here. We in here. Hey. Yeah. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Brother Calvin, here with another amazing episode of Frame to Frame. All right. As you already know, we have industry giants, industry greats in my fashion family in the building. So guess what? I'm going to jump right in and we're going to go ahead and get started. I see they are ready. And so we're going to do what it do. Waiting up. It's loading. It's low. There they go, ladies and gentlemen. Without further ado, the one and only Jeana and Lamont Bowling of Atlantic City Fashion Week in the virtual building. How y'all doing?
What's up?
Hey,
doing
Calvin.
good. You see, we got the corona look on. So
I mean, hey, you know, y'all get to do what y'all want.
True.
So first, let me thank y'all for your time and for joining me for this episode. And I'm so excited to just dig in and get started with questions. Well, my questions. But first of all, let the listeners and the watchers know how I even met you guys. So back in the day, a couple years ago, I launched something called the Male Model Reach Movement. And it was an initiative to unite male models, specifically of color, so that we would share ideas on professionalism and networking, all that type of stuff. So once I formulated that, it had just started, and I saw Lamont's, he did a post of some sort about Atlantic City Fashion Week, and the idea hit me. It was like, wow, okay, let me reach out. So I reached out to Lamont, told him what I was trying to do with the vision, and that we would be excited to, you know, participate in something like that. How could we do it? He said, man, give me a call. We talked on the phone. He was like, bring your guys, man. Bring your guys. Or maybe it wasn't a phone call. It might have been an inbox. One of the
inbox, text message or something.
Right. But it was direct. He was like, man, bring your guys. I love what you're doing. When we got there, he didn't play us off like, oh, okay. He knew exactly who I was. He was expecting me and / us. And, man, most or all of us got in. Of course, he couldn't control that. They were judges. But I think either all of us got in or maybe one person may not have. But that was amazing. So from that point on, we met the Bowlings. We met the Atlantic City Fashion Week team. And it just felt like family from the beginning. Meeting you guys and talking to y'all and just hearing your heart on what you do. Y'all don't play no games. Y'all are on point. Y'all are thorough. Y'all are about the business of not only expanding your brand, but also uplifting us as well. It is amazing to have you here today. And I get to just give back and say thank you for all that y'all have done for me. Not only have I modeled in Atlantic City Fashion Week for numerous seasons, but it's the only fashion week where I've been a model and a designer because of y'all. So thank you again for that opportunity. And I'm going to stop talking. But just guys, just so you know, this is Fashion Family. This is nothing new to this. I go back as much as I can. And so I want you guys to tell us how you got started in fashion.
How we get started?
How we got started? I mean, that's an interesting question because we love clothes. I mean, you know, we love the dress. We love dressing up. We love, you know, I love looking sharp. You know, I love putting on a suit and a tie. You know, so we kind of got into it that way. But we got into the whole Fashion Week thing because we started an online fashion magazine back in 2005, and I went to New York to cover New York Fashion Week. And while I was there, you know, it was overwhelming. It's probably the easiest way to describe it. You know, we saw celebrities, we saw designers, the whole culture. It was crazy.
Okay.
And my first thought was, why can't we do this in New Jersey? We can do this in New Jersey. You know, how hard could it be? So we just jumped in with both feet. You know, I came back home. I told Jeana about my experience and what I saw. And I said, I want to do this in Jersey. And she said, okay, let's take 2 years to plan it out, you know, put a plan together. Then maybe, you know, it'll take some time. I said, no, 6 months. 6 months, I want us to be up and running. We're going to have it. And it was pure ignorance. I mean, you can't call it anything else. We didn't know. We just jumped in. And we did our first Atlantic City Fashion Week 17 seasons ago. I think that's what, 2010 or something like that. And we had 10 designers, maybe 30 models, 3 hairstylists and makeup artists. And I think I looked back the other day, I think we sold about 50 tickets. But we were hooked, you know. I said, man, if I could figure out a way. Yeah, I said, if I could figure out how to make this thing work, man, we're on it. And that was the start of Atlantic City Fashion Week. And we've been fortunate because every year it has gotten bigger and bigger and better. And you know, we love what we do, man. And it's good because we had the opportunity to open up the platform for other people. You know, we get hit up all the time by up and coming designers, people who want to dip their toe in the water, and absolutely, man, come on and join us. We want everybody to enjoy this ride.
That's what's up.
I think the important thing is that we love what we do, and I think that's what it is. It's not like a job. We do it because we love what we do. We love having that platform for designers and models. And we also like giving back. So we have the student designer showcase. So I think it's just because we love what we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can tell you guys love what you do. And that's what makes us feel so welcome, probably. Because a million things can be going on. We will never know, because every time we run up to y'all 20 million times during the show period, it's still that same grace. It's still that same, that same warmth. It's, how can I help you? What do you need? It's not like, what do you want? Because right now, it's not about you. What is it? We don't ever get that. You don't ever leave y'all head when y'all probably could. You probably have every reason with everything going on, but you guys handle yourselves amazingly, and that's what's up. So what is your goal with the Fashion Week franchise or enterprise?
Atlantic City is kind of on autopilot right now. We are so blessed because we get hit up from designers from literally all over the world that want to do Atlantic City Fashion Week. So we're actually now looking at other cities. We've done some things in New York. We want to go back to New York. We're looking at other cities: Atlanta, Miami. Who knows?
Okay.
We want to take this. We want to take the show on the road. That was the plan before COVID-19. Now that COVID-19 hit, we don't know what folks' experience will want to be as far as coming to a small space packed with people,
Right.
That experience may change, but I still believe that there's a market. There's people out there that want to see this experience, up close and in person, anybody can see it online or virtually, but I still think that there's an audience that wants to see it and experience it. So I think we'll just continue to move out into cities and continue to make it happen.
Absolutely. That's a good segue as well. How are you guys dealing with COVID, and what types of initiatives, I guess, in terms of fashion, are you guys launching right now? Or thinking about? Mm-hmm.
We're still moving forward. I mean, the show is in September. We already got the date, 17th.
I saw that.
We're still moving forward because we're just not those people. We got to keep planning. We start out 6 months ahead of time. We have already got 22 designers signed up already. We're still signing more designers. I know.
Yeah.
We did our virtual casting until June 7th. So we've been getting everyday applications in from different models that wants to be a part of the show in September. So we're still moving forward. I mean, we can't wait until they say, oh, officially we're opening this day. No, we're not those people.
Yeah, we're not. I mean, we move forward. As a matter of fact, I was looking at the screen. I see where one of our models signed on. Hey, Victoria, I see you watching. But people want to get out. I mean, we're going to do everything safely. We're going to follow the state guidelines and the CDC guidelines and all that stuff to make sure that we have a safe a safe show. But you know what? We're moving forward, and the cool part about it is that a lot of people have been hitting us up, and they say they want to move forward with us. You know, they're stir crazy. You know, I think a lot of people prematurely canceled out all of 2020. You know, we have a lot of people. I've heard a lot of people say, "Nope, that's it. I'm taking 2020 off." We're not going to do that. You know, we're going to move forward, and we're going to do things with grace and
because we feel like by September everything is going to be, you know, like everything will be okay. There'll still be some people that are wearing masks and gloves. We get that, we respect it, but we feel like it's a couple months from now, so things will be open. I mean, they just opened up Showboat, I believe, today.
Friday they opened. Friday they opened up Showboat. So Showboat's open.
So yeah. So I feel like we'll be okay as far as for September, but because we wanted to think about everybody else's safety, you know, still there's some people out there that's cautious. We said, let's do the virtual. As much as we love to do the in-person, we've never done videos where you submit
the virtual casting.
We said, you know what, to make everybody feel comfortable, let's do the virtual right now and see what happens. You know, because we know where we are, but everybody else might not be in that same place. So let's think about everybody
else. And as you know, Calvin, we have people that come from out of state, you know, and although Jersey may be ahead of the curve, perhaps New York isn't, perhaps Connecticut isn't, perhaps Pennsylvania isn't. So, you know, that's why we decided to go with that virtual casting, and they've been coming in. I shout out to Amaya. I see Amaya just joined. I saw Liliana join. So shout out to all our models that are tuning in and watching.
United.
Yeah, definitely.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So everyone that's listening and that's watching that just tuned in, we are with Lamont and Jeana Bowling of Atlantic City Fashion Week, the creators, visionaries. Look at that. And the sharpest couple you will see, the flyest couple you will see. You guys are really an example of Black excellence, of Black love, and I admire y'all so much. And that's real. And it's awesome to watch y'all. You know, I've watched y'all for a couple years. You know, we've known each other for a couple years. And it's just amazing. Y'all give us so much to aspire to on different levels, from just being a Black couple and thriving, and being a Black couple together in business and thriving and still loving to do it, and showing us, you know, how it can look when you and your partner have the same vision and support each other and support one goal. And that is amazing. And we thank you guys for being you. So y'all announced on Facebook or all your social media, like you just said, that Atlantic City Fashion Week is happening in September. Which season is this? 17. Turn up. 17. All right, give us that the website for those models and designers who want to participate. How can they do that?
What we're doing is, if you're a model, we're taking we're doing a virtual casting. So you have virtual casting. You can go on up until June 7th is the deadline. The easiest way, go to our website, AtlanticCityFashionWeek.com, click on the model casting link, and it'll give you full instructions there. So AtlanticCityFashionWeek.com is the website. Click on the link for model casting. It'll give you full details, and you'll get all the information.
Absolutely. We're excited. So what are the favorites? So for each of you, Lamont, what is the favorite type of ensemble or garment that you love to see Jeana in, and vice versa? I know you're married, Jeana, what it really is, but clothing wise, fashion wise.
You know, it is. I'm really lucky because she looks great in everything. But you know, I've seen Jeana in shorts and a tank top. I've seen her in an elegant gown. I've seen her in jeans. I've seen her in leggings. I've seen her in everything. But when she puts on one of her power suits and we go to a meeting and she handles it like a boss and she makes those decisions and she makes her, to me, that's the most attractive thing about her. You know, I tell her all the time, I put her, she's my Michelle Obama. You know, I see her make moves. I see that to me, that's the sexiest thing ever. You know, when I see her running business like a boss. So, you know, she looks great in everything, but when I see the full package and she's going in, then that's what gets me.
Come on, talk. Take us to relationship church. Come on.
Relationship church. My favorite is anything that he has on that's navy blue.
Okay. Is blue your favorite color?
Jeana has a navy blue fetish. I don't know what it's something about navy blue.
Mine is royal blue. Yeah.
It could be a navy blue T-shirt. It don't matter. It's something about.
It's something about that. Listen, yesterday I came down for breakfast. I said, "Oh, honey, it's so sexy." I had on a navy blue T-shirt.
A navy blue T-shirt. So it's something about navy blue. I don't know what it is, but it's something. Yeah.
I don't know.
Hey, that's what's up. I love it. All right, can we play a game really quick? I want to hit you guys with different roles in fashion, and I want you to give me your top 3 do's, top 3 don'ts for each one that I call out. You know, take your time with it. So, this can be let's stick with Fashion Week during the Fashion Week season, and all around that time. So, models, do's, and don'ts.
Do's. Do your homework.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do your homework, meaning study your craft. Watch videos. Find out who the champs are. Find out who the best walkers are. Find out who the best are. Study them endlessly. Do's, be prepared. There's nothing worse than an unprepared model coming in. You know, I don't have this. I don't have that. You have this. So do your preparation. And the final do is do your professionalism. Punctuality is key. Come prepared to work. Be professional. No matter what. If you do those 3 things, you'll have a long career in this business, and you'll get paid jobs.
Right.
Come on.
All right, don'ts, models. Models, don't come to Atlanta City Fashion Week thinking that you know our policies and procedures. Every show is different. Every producer is different. And I think you definitely need to do your homework. When you come to Atlanta City Fashion Week, one thing we do is provide you with a model booklet. It's important to read it in its entirety. That way you are prepared. Like Lamont said, don't come there without the proper wardrobe or whatever. It's already in there. The model bag, it tells you what should be included. So if you don't have something, you didn't do your homework and read the model booklet. So I would say that as don't spin on the runway. That is his pet peeve.
Oh God.
Please don't spin. Please don't spin on the runway. That's his pet peeve. It's a high-end show. He doesn't want any spins on the runway.
No ballerinas.
No ballerinas. And I guess the last thing I would say is don't be upset if the first time you do a show you only get 1 walk. Sometimes you, like you might say, you have to study your craft. You have to do your homework. You have to do your research. Maybe, and we're the type of people that's open where you come to us and say, what am I doing wrong? Yeah. Can you tell me what we're doing wrong? Can you help me on this? And then after that, come back, do our show again. The more you do it, the better you'll get and the more opportunities you'll get. So I would just say, don't come in and say, okay, I did 1 walk and, you know, give up. I definitely would be like, go to the producer with any show, not even just Landscape Factory, go any show, ask the producers, what is it that I could do better so I could get more walks, more opportunities in this show? Because I love the show. I want to do more walks. I want to work for other designers. What can I do to be better?
Right. And you got to be on point, too. You got to sometimes you just got to be ready. Because I remember when I came in, I think the first time I only had 1 or 2. I think I only had 1. But then somebody, you know, people dropped out or got cut. So then I ended up drafting for walking for the people. You know,
absolutely.
so when we caught on to that, we were all new. We like, oh, that's how it can work too. Man, we was there on point. We like, okay. We looking around
who gonna show up? Who not showing up?
You know, just knowing that, okay, it's not the end when you see the sheet and it only says 1 designer. You like, okay, cool. That's the opportunity, but it also you can be elevated. Amen. Amen.
Yes. Amen. And understand with any show, no matter how many models you cast, there's gonna be 10% of models that don't show up. Any model show, any fashion show that you do, and that's why we always cast so many models, because believe me, there's gonna be the day of the show models that don't show up, and you will end up getting extra walks.
Right. Or sometimes designers bring extra garments too. I've heard that.
Yes.
Or
castings, they'll be like, "Well, I chose these guys, but I'm going to bring. So be prepared. So I'm gonna bring extra."
Right.
Or one of the reasons that you got really in solid with us, Calvin, is because sometimes even a designer won't show up, and just to kind of just to kind of put praise your way a little bit. One of the things that happened at our show, and this is stuff that happens behind the scenes that nobody sees. We had a designer that didn't show up, and then that's when you approached us and said, "Well, I kind of sort of do this design collection thing, and I'm interested."
Right.
I
asked you made a phone call. Your mom, or your family
brought it from Baltimore.
Yeah.
And I believe it was Baltimore, and it was like, you see, that's and that's when we said, this guy's a friend for life,
right?
Man, because you gotta
just never know.
You got a sneak peek of what goes on behind the scenes, how we have to crush it in the last minute to keep the show flowing, and you came through for us. So
and that's the day of the show that we found out that designer was coming.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people don't know what goes on behind the scenes, but we've been in shows. Like I said, we've done shows in the morning of. A designer will come and say, "I'm not going to be there today." What do you mean you're not going to be there today? So we got to get on the phone and get somebody to replace them so the models can get walks.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Right. I remember that moment. I wasn't going to tell it. I was thinking about it. I know y'all sick of me telling this everywhere. Every time I talk about fashion and why I love Fashion Week, why I love y'all. I'm like, that is one of the opportunities. Man, we were in the hotel room. We had come to rehearsal that day. It was the first day of the shows. I'm sorry, before after the first day, I think, because he was supposed to show that Saturday.
Yep.
So we in the hotel, we cracking jokes and stuff, and the phone rings. It's Jeana, all excited. Hey, Minister Calvin. we heard you, and so I thought I was in trouble at first, right when the phone rung. Not because y'all are like that, like when you get a call from y'all in trouble. It's just I don't know. We was all chilling, and then the phone. It was at night, and I was like, "There's so much going on," and they call. I'm like, "Wait a minute." Which one of these models in here and that's all up? She was like, "So I heard you design." Okay, I was like, "Yeah." She's like,
"Exactly.
What are the chances of you showcasing tomorrow?" I was like, "Wait a minute." My heart kind of dropped because my whole collection was in Baltimore and we're already all in Atlantic City. But what?
You got it there. But you got it there. You was like, "Nope. Let me make some phone calls. I get my mom." Somebody to bring it here.
Well, I said no for and this is what I teach my mentees and stuff like that. Never tell yourself no for somebody else or for your situation. You do all that you can first, see first, then you get your answer. Because I could have just logically been like, "Well, we all here, and the collection is in Baltimore, and the show is tomorrow, so I already know that's not gonna work." But I didn't know that 2 of the models had family coming. And one of them I had already built a bond with already, mother Denise.
Okay.
And I called her like, "Oh, please pick up the phone, please." And then I called my mother. I was like, "Can you swing by the house, please?" And the other good thing is I'll end it here because I talk a lot. But the collection, I had already did a show a couple weeks before. So in my room, my whole collection was already hanging out. Like it was already hanging out to where I could explain where to get the stuff. Like they ain't had to go dig in the closet. I was like, all right, my little sister. I was on the phone. All right, grab that. Grab the black bag. It's a red bag with all this stuff. Throw that in the car. Just throw it. Don't worry about it. I was in high energy from that call all the way through, and I was nervous. Like nobody ever comes through for me like that. So to
speak to the audience, she came through.
They came through. My mother, the grandmother, all of that, and it went off without a hitch. So I did like 30 pieces.
Did it because you was like, "They here," and I was like, "Okay." I mean,
like 30 pieces.
We appreciate it so much, and we have designers like that I think that are in our show. One, like even Lainey Gold. One time, she was on her way to our show. We was like, one of the designers pulled out, "Can you bring some extra stuff?" She said, "I'm already on my way there. Let me turn around, go back home, get some more designs, and come back. I'm gonna be a little late." And we were like, "That's okay." And she did it. Like she got in time.
I love Lainey. Hi, Lainey.
We are so grateful for our designers, you know. And when we got into this business, we said, you know what, let's just be ourselves. Because, you know, a lot of times people think when you get into business, you have to be cutthroat. You know, you have to be this nasty person. And that's just not us. You know, it's like, you know, we handle our business, but we talk to every single designer, every single person like they're a CEO. You are the CEO of your brand, of your and we address you that way, you know? And it's like, you know, we were two CEOs talking, and it's like, listen, can you help us out? And in most cases, people will tell us, yeah, absolutely, I got you. And we've run our business like that for 17 seasons, so we've been fortunate.
And we appreciate everybody. Like, we try to give you guys credit. I mean, I know you just got an award last season.
Hold up. You know, I was going to end the show like this, that, ladies and gentlemen, because of the quarantine, let the record reflect that your boy, Brother Calvin, is still the male model, the City Fashion male model of the year. It has been pushed back. Your boy is still the reigning male model.
Listen, that's what's up. And you know the awards are this September.
This September. Right. So you have your crown until September.
Yeah.
Unless, I mean, you can't run again and get it a second time. You know, that's up to you. But the nominations will be going up. The nomination acceptance will be going up in June. We'll be voting through August to give the award out in September. And somebody did have a question on there asking if their models wanted to walk in our show, what they could do. And I think you addressed it earlier. Go on our website at AtlanticCityFashionWeek.com, click on the model casting link, and you'll get the instructions there. So,
wouldn't you want to present the winner this year with the award?
You already beat me to it. I honestly was going to say that. I was like, I'm not going to run again, but I would love to come and present it. So
I think that would be cool.
I always had that in my mind. Actually, I just never. I was like, let it flow. Let it flow.
We here, Calvin. We here. No, I think that would be. Yeah, you want to come present it?
Absolutely.
It's done. It's done. It's been set here on frame to frame.
No, frame to frame. We saying Calvin gonna present the award this season.
Oh, I can't wait.
Oh, God.
You gonna be okay passing the torch?
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. I'm not even a competition person. Most of the time, I'll compete because it helps my brand. You get what I'm saying? So I can use the title and, you know, and make some things happen off of that, and the pictures, the video. But I'm not a competitive person, and I'm not like I'm gonna knock you down to get to the. But competition, it just helps. It is what it is, you know. And thank you for everybody that voted again. All right, so let's go on to designers, do's and don'ts.
Designers.
she has the designers. I don't have a lot of do's because I'm not the design person, but the one don't, you know, it's funny. It sort of has died down now, but we used to get this, I'm a celebrity, whatever, in front of their job title. I'm a celebrity designer. I'm a celebrity stylist. I'm a celebrity barber. You know, so we used to get the quote unquote celebrity designers in all the time. And I don't do diva well at all, man. I'm just a regular dude, you know, somebody who just puts on fashion shows, and I treat everybody the same. Like I said, I treat everybody as a CEO. So when people come in and they're celebrity designers and they have an entourage, and I have to talk to their manager who has to send information to their agent, and that's a big turnoff at our shows. Yeah, it's a huge turnoff. So if you're going to do Atlantic City Fashion Week or any of our shows, don't come in with a whole lot of drama and a whole lot. We're just two people talking to each other. We will do everything we can to accommodate you. Right. Just don't get crazy and you know. So just don't do that. Other than that, I don't even deal with the designers.
That's my wheelhouse. But I would say to designers, definitely do get in on the business end. A lot of our designers create all of these great clothing, all these great designs, and they just sit at their house and they don't do anything with them. And, you know, a lot of times designers used to ask us, well, what about buyers? Are buyers going to be there? And buyers, we would talk to buyers, they'd be like, well, the problem is they don't have the capital to produce the amount of merchandise that we need. If we said, yeah, we like that at the show, can you have this many thousands of pieces by next week? They would be like, I don't have to.
See,
exactly.
That was my.
we deal with Rainbow Wave in New York, and they're the same thing. They said they deal with a minimum of 5,000 pieces. How many of your designers can give me 5,000 pieces by Monday?
Exactly.
That list is very short. So.
Right. So that's one of the things that I would say. Get in on the business. Don't just design the clothes and make them, but you got to think, what are you going to do with those clothes? Don't you want to sell it? At the end of the day, you want to sell it. So get in on the business end as well. I think that that's important. The other thing I would say is during Fashion Week's network, not just at our show, but at all the shows, networking is key. Have your business there, talk to the other designers. You guys can network. What show do you do? What show? Because we know they're not just doing our show. I think it's important to network and also get to know the models, because a lot of times the models would love to do a photo shoot with them, you know, to work with them down the road.
Yes, we would.
Exactly. I think that's so important, and a lot of times, you know, they'll hit us up for models, and it's like, are you there? Network with them during the show, because I think that's the best time to talk to them, tell them about your brand, your concept, and get to know them, and then say, you know what, I want to use this person, because maybe they become your brand ambassador. Right. You know, a lot of people, direction people are going now with brand ambassadors. So I think it's important to network. I would say those would be my two do's as far as for designers.
Thank you. And so, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it.
Oh, okay. Let's move on to makeup artists and hairstylists.
Makeup and hair.
Tina and Sharita. That's Tina. Shout out to Sharita, our creative. Shout out to Sharita and Jessica, our creative directors of makeup. Angelo and Tina, our creative directors of hair.
It's not really our warehouse. Hair and makeup is not really our warehouse.
Yeah, it's not really our wheelhouse, but you know what? Again, if you're interested in working with us, bring energy, bring creativity, bring my big thing is always, whether you're a designer, not necessarily designer, whether you're a model, whether you're a hairstylist, whether you're a makeup artist, these guys have really got to study their craft. And you know, what's the latest greatest coming out of Europe? What's the latest greatest coming out of Asia? What's the latest greatest that's going on in New York? These guys got to really study their homework. They really got to get on, whether you could look at some YouTube tutorials, but I mean, really get in. You should never stop educating yourself. From the time that you take this as a serious business, there is always somebody who knows more than you. I mean, I spend so much time looking at Fashion Week shows that come out of Asia, looking at Fashion Week shows that come out of Europe. I'm constantly looking at these shows because I'm trying to get ahead of the curve and find out what's going on. You know, I see that. Okay, that's dope. That works. That doesn't work. Whatever. I'm always trying to do something different at our shows, to make it different. You know, 17 seasons, we've always had something different at each of our shows. Right. Yeah. So as a makeup artist or hairstylist, learn your craft. You know.
I mean, it's not really something that we do because we have people in those places. We have directors to do that and to come to us with their ideas and say, this is what's trending this season. Right. What do you guys? And we'll give our feedback. But because we have directors, we really leave it up to them to, handle that.
That is great. All right. What are some of your favorite, not the top, but if you could just recall memory lane, what are some of your favorite Fashion Week moments?
You know what? This past season was one of my favorite because I felt like we were so, I felt like this past season, season 16, was phenomenal. Like everything was on point. Hair was on point. Makeup was on point. The couture designers brought it. The ready-to-wear designers brought it. Our models brought it. Like everybody was on point. The photography, they did their thing. It was just like an amazing turnout this past season.
Yeah, it was one of our largest shows. Yeah, I think our largest show.
Our largest show. So it was. Yeah, it was a really great show, and everybody was on point. And I just feel like, we really brought it together. Of course, our first show to me is still important because it's our first show. And after that first show, we were able to say, okay, how can we do this better? But after each show, we always say that. We never walk away. Even after this past show that I felt like was so successful, we never walk away saying, oh, it was 100%. Nothing was wrong. We still were like, well, we could do that better. We could do this better. We always, try to look at, Lamont and I will Sunday, drive home. Well, what did we do? What could we do better for next season? Like, we're always trying to do bigger and better each season.
Yeah.
Right.
I think the one thing for me, the cool thing was, this was back maybe, I don't know, around season 6 or 7. We got hit up on Facebook, a designer in Australia who wanted to fly in and do our show. And you know how social media works. My first response was, yeah, right. And as it went on, she kept contacting us. And even up to the last minute when she said, listen, I'm flying in from Australia and I'm bringing wedding gowns.